was like, the sponge is broken. I don't have the patience to build so many big things. Ah, yes. The big things. I like to build the big things. I used to not be much of a builder, and then I joined this server and got really into building, and it's just like, every season I'm just like, how can I build something more crazy and bigger than the last? And like at first it was just mining out giant bunkers underground, and then I built the hotel, and that was the first time I actually Googled how to make nice looking builds, because the hotel was covered in these nicer looking little window things. And so I was just like, okay. And so that's when I got really into building nicer, not necessarily just functional things. Then from there, I just kept coming up with more elaborate ideas. And season 2, I was like, I want to build things in the nether, because I spawned in the nether and I always just immediately left the nether and rarely went in there after the fact during season 1. And so I was just like, I want to actually spend time in the nether, which has resulted in more of the nether builds that are equally elaborate. And since we don't have it where gas blow things up, I don't have to worry about what blocks I use, which is probably the best thing. Because season 2, for a little while, I was worried about that, and then I realized we had it turned off, which is when I built the big stained glass in the courthouse. It's so much nicer not having to worry about them. I know. So much nicer, because the nether castle I built entirely out of blocks I knew gas couldn't blow up, but then after that I just kind of used whichever box, because it's the glass. They can blow up glass. It's like, oh, you can't have nice windows in the nether, the gas will destroy your glass. They should make blast proof glass, and it can be you smelt soul sand instead of regular sand in the furnaces. That's what they should do. I'll send a message to Mojang. Give me blast-proof glass, and so I can make more elaborate nether builds with windows I don't have to worry about. How about you? Glass in a blast furnace. Oh yeah, that would work too. That would be most excellent. And it's also funny. Easy to remember. I do feel like the blast furnace could use more functionality to it. Not that terracotta isn't sufficient, but I feel like that's all it does. Here. Do you think that might be all of it? There we go. Nice. I just use it to smelt ore quicker. Yes. I forget that is a thing that it does, and I just accidentally, sometimes on purpose, build a ton of furnaces. So I'm just like, haha. Lots of furnaces. Never have a need for the furnace. Oh no. Still. Looks like the stream on my phone is lagging, but everywhere else seems to be okay. It buffered a few times? Okay. I was having Wi-Fi issues yesterday, so that's probably why. I was hoping that it behave itself today and that it'd be okay. But if the stream suddenly ends, that's probably why. There we go. Now we move this sand. The real question is, will I be making it flat inside of the sphere, or will I be keeping some of this natural texture? I think that I probably will keep some of it though. I'm gonna cover it all in netherrack. At least on this side, make it blue. Also will not be covering my build with giant thing of purple glass square above it, because I did that with the first nether temple, and then I realized that you couldn't see it on the map, and I was like, man, because it just had a big purple square above it instead. When I go to switch out which hose I have, I should also grab food. Lately I've just been eating, whatever I happen to come across that I can consume, which is raw fish and rotten flesh mostly. So I should probably just grab a couple stack of spider eyes. Do, do, do. Ouch. Dun, dun. Okay, there we go. Nice, nice, nice. I can take off that little bit over there. It's well, by that little bit over there as well, I mean this little bit over here. Oops. There we go. Then we will relocate it over to the divisions of the other side. Still counting, okay. Oh no. Are we frozen? Real question. I might have buffered for a second. Okay. Let me just Relaunch that. Hopefully that will fix it. Okay, it says live. Okay, it looks more appropriate. Okay, good. There we are. Load the Wi-Fi. And at the end of the stream, I'll go and I'll update the maps again, and we can see, you know, how much we've progressed. I should probably just go grab the maps. I'll place all this sand and then I'll go do that. Yes. Good plan. See, I started doing this side over here, and then I realized that I had majorly inconvenienced myself because I couldn't just, you know, swim up and then over to the other ones if I did that. So I stopped. Do, 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 do. Darn you, Guardians. More rain, of course. Stop lasering me. It's not funny. So many Guardians. All the time. How do I make you stop spawning? Okay. Go and swat at them a little bit. This is the big, I discovered that there's a big like ravine hole underneath my ocean monument, so I started filling in the hole with glass so that way it would not need to be drained. Oh, I'm out of air. Go up. Oh, the mutant jellyfish. How I loathe thee so. Not jellyfish, pufferfish. Words, man. Words are not happening today. Then we place the blocks. The evil pufferfish. Yes. I despise them. Ever since I started streaming, they are my first nemesis. The pufferfish. Because I was doing the Skyblock randomizer challenge. And a pufferfish spawned, and a bucket, and so I let it out of the bucket, and then it poisoned me and knocked me off the side of my little platform. I fell to my death and lost a bunch of stuff, and then that happened like 2 more times. It was like every time I get a pufferfish, I somehow ended up falling off the platform, whether it was in a bucket or not. Let's not forget the glorious time Matter died, but was killed by the devil because one of the pufferfish in my pond, because I have 2 of them. There was one, and now there is 2. I don't know where the second one came from. But the one that I put in there, I named, like, Devil. And then I was on low health and walked by my pond, and it killed me, and I was just like, oh. And then the death message was funny. Like how they are your first enemy, not your only one, just your first. Yes. You know, you never know. You could get more enemies. Gotta leave it open just in case. I do dislike the rain in this game rather much, so maybe the rain is also one of my enemies. Gotta keep things open for potential new enemies. Never know, Sassy, you never know. We can sleep off the rain? Excellent. Is it nighttime now? Okay, yes. I will go. It's hard to tell when you're under the water. I just put a block of sand on my bed. Yes, thank you, Sassy. I also realized that I had this little, like, hole right here where I can swim between the layers. So, that is also coming in quite handy. Easier to travel between the sides. Place the sand. On this side, I'm placing the sand this way instead of the other way. Because well, they'll probably be about the same length. But I think it'll work out pretty well. I'm hopeful. Also, the pufferfish. I've taken to calling the Guardians giant mutant pufferfish because they are essentially the same creature, just giant and mutated. I know their agenda. Just as annoying, yes. Yes, they are. Leave me alone. This is why it's gonna be bad when I start draining over on that side of the thing. It'll just be constant death. 2, 3, and right here is 4. Would invis potions help? No, because they can still see me if I have my armor on, and I can't not have my armor on. So, I'm just, maybe there is a good possibility that I might cave at some point and be like, hey, how about one of them orbs? Or a pair of them orbs. Just to like, because then invis potions would help. But it's alright. Either way, I'm gonna get it done. And I'll only further cement my role as most deaths to the newbies when we get the newbie players. They'll be terrified. They'll be like, how does one get that many deaths? And I'll be like, well, there's this crazy thing called water that does damage to me. Yes, I'm very sad that the invis potions don't work when you have armor on. It's like, man. I will still be in stream chat. I gotta check on something. Alright. Best of luck on your thing that you must check on. No worries. I'm placing sponges. Bat, stop stealing my sponges, man. That's not cool. Okay, then we hit stacking 12. Do. Stacking 12. Then we go back up. I'm debating about making this into a bubble elevator and also digging in like a magma one just to go faster. I'll probably end up moving it, to be honest. So that way it's not so just off to the side somewhere. Got lots of big plans. So far, so good though. Alright, now we go back across. Do. See, I got a bunch of those little ones. Don't know what the deal with those are. This side I do. Don't get on that side because I smoothed it out. I've been doing it like this because then it'll just not do it for a couple levels. Cause like, I don't know. Well, sometimes it doesn't do it, and other times it does. Alright. Let's see, we want this to stay the same height. Alright. Cool. Let's get all the stragglers. I'm not picking them up. What? Oh, those are both dry. Like, why aren't they getting picked up? We'll go back. Dropped a sponge. Creative menu. Makes sense. Gotta double check how things are built. Or, alternatively, looking for blocks for the best block palette. Actually, I don't need it to go up this way, like this. Because just run along the edge or something. Oh man, I need to see how many different color type blocks there are, like glass, wool, concrete, etc. Oh yeah, there's a lot. Try to build storage. Yes. My storage is labeled chaos. That's how I organize my storage. So if I have like a stack of them, that are all the same, I'll just label like the top one of the stack, and then I know that they're all the same block. And I've been using item frames because I really like how the item frame labeling looks. And I just have a big chest room that I'm going to put more chests in there as needed. I am not a very good prepared builder. I'm more of a I hoard things when I need it. All my stuff has to have a place or I get stressed. Makes sense. Yes, I don't do that. I'm like, the up front chest are my miscellaneous things I haven't sorted yet. Even if they have a place. And so I'll go through those every once in a while. So where most of my, what's it called? Netherrack lives. I have so much excess netherrack. $56. Okay, let's see. Do I want to go across again? Or do I want to go down in this corner? feel like this. Take this box. There we go. Oh my gosh, that actually scared me. And then it knocked me off the wall. Not cool. Not cool, spider, not cool. Seriously, very rude indeed. I got sponges I gotta grab over there. Oh man, now he's down here. Huh. The little god, no. Don't come over here, little god. You'll get dead. You'll die. Okay, I'll start the line now. Wait, I was gonna swim up to it. There we go. Okay, I think I'm missing some sponges, if I'm not mistaken. Because I have 61. I just put down 21. That puts me at 82. And I have 18 and 64. Oop, sorry. Nope. Did not realize you were right behind my chair. Let me scooch forward a little. What is 64 plus 18? Oh, it is 82. Okay, so that's all of them. Cool, cool, cool. I'm gonna go dry out the 61 and then bring them back to do the rest of the row. It's little fish guys. Hello, little fishy guys. Do 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 do. Then we go up. Do 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 do. It's not too bad, not too bad. The draining part is going to take forever. But I think it's going pretty quick. I might divide up the sections on the other side a bit more. To just like speed the process up a bit and maybe, I don't know. Got plans. Thinking I'll probably use a mix of nether brick and black stone and basalt. Yes. For when I do the netherifying of the ocean monument. Because, you know, the piglins all use, you know, they use like black stone and like gold and stuff. And the skeletons use, you know, nether brick. Well, I'm all like, the Blazeborns use like a mix of like really all the blocks you can find in the nether. Or at least I try to use a mix. Definitely use a lot more of the blackstone than the nether brick, but I can chalk that up to being like, because the piglins invented the Blazeborn race or whatever. So of course they would take more heavily from like their building blocks inspiration than the skeletons. And then also eyes. Except for the eyes emoji. Then also magma blocks. I feel like magma blocks just scream Blazeborn, so I use those a lot. Lore? Kind of? Build lore. Or at least explaining building block lore. I should probably like write that down in the lore document though before like I forget. I just think that's why I do blocks I do, I guess. Cause like, I don't know, they're very distinct and like a lot of it of the Blazeborn slash general nether lore has like a lot to do with like the classification and like differences between the two groups of the skeletons and the piglins. So I feel like it's important to note like the reasoning behind why certain blocks are used in certain areas over others. And then the Blazeborns get kind of introduced as like this third group. Does make sense. Yeah. And then it's more than just like my personal preference. Because that's why the big hand cannon, why it has nether brick, you know, is its main, other than, you know, the arm itself. Like the building and like the bits that were added on to the arm are all nether brick because it's a skeleton building. Or it was made by skeletons and like that's the bricks they use. I feel like little things like that give it a bit more, makes it a bit more than just a cool build. Oh, no, there's not supposed to do that. But maybe somewhere else. There it is. Bum, 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 bum. Picking up all my sponges. At least over here there is no magma flow. That does get annoying. Just a little bit. Not magma flow, magma blocks. The magma blocks in their section. It's like, oh, okay. go. Do I want to just put like a sand line and then just drain this little corner? I don't know. I think if I'm tactical enough with the placement of the blocks, I can actually do it like this. Yeah. Maybe not. We're trying it though. Try it out. See if it works. Kind of like a distinct line where it all... I think part of it is that it's flowing back down, but it's not necessarily making source blocks, which is an improvement. The worst is when it's just like, and you've made more source blocks. It's like, ah, my intention all along. More source blocks. Okay, I think I'm gonna do the run over to my base, switch out my hose. I'll also check and see how much blackstone I got already. And then Cassie can see my chaos. Chaotic but labeled organization system. I guess you've already seen it. It's not that secret. Then I realized I had no way to get up from here down the line. Search is very scary. Yes, it's to confuse people. Can't tell what I have because it's organized unpredictably. But somehow makes perfect sense to me. I'm just like, that's just how you do it. I'll place this sand real quick. It was, I would say the season 2 one was probably the worst because it was organized, but it was organized in such a way where like if you weren't familiar with it, you couldn't really find anything without checking like a bajillion boxes because it was all just flat. This one I at least plan on making confusing, like intentionally. Because I'm going to probably add like between sections. Make it like a bookshelf maze, but chests full of supplies. That was bad. I knew where everything was, but I don't think anyone else ever did. Yeah. That's okay. I live alone. And far-ish from spawn. Not so far. I think this is honestly one of the closest some of like the closest I've lived to spawn, I think. Like season 2, I lived like way far out from spawn. Season 1, it wasn't too bad, but it was definitely farther, I think. Maybe not. I don't know, it's hard to say. Because I thought it was far from spawn, but then I realized where their nether portal was, and I was like, oh, this is actually not that far at all. And then I dug a tunnel, and then Ruler made it pretty. Ruler, and I think maybe also Ram, because it was covered in iron. And Ram owned the iron farm. There we go. Put that one there. Wait, I do actually want to keep this in there. Oh, Sassy, if you need bee wax, though, you're more than welcome to come and check my beehives. Because I do spend a lot of time in here, and I got a fair number. I plan on adding more. But, you know, I got a good number. Yeah, no problem. I'll likely add more beehives at some point when I remember to do it. It's yeah, I totally understand. Okay, my blackstone, let's see, it's here. I have one blackstone, but I do have 32 polished slabs. If you want slabs. I will get more blackstone though, haha. I'm gonna grab the spider eyes that are out here. No, it's not this one, it's this one. Yeah. I think it's half started because I wanted to put nether wart in it and then I used the wrong soul thing and then I just never went back to finish it. But I was building like a vacation house over near spawn and I started it and did not finish it. But I think that's where all my blackstone went. But I will get more because like I said, I just have this basalt valley. Not basalt. Yes, basalt. Basalt valley area. Just like right back here. So this is where I usually go and get blackstone from. So yeah. It's like behind and to the left. Yeah. Or, you know, right there is the secret. The Blazeborn Factory 2.0. Oh. Yeah. 'Cause now I can go here whenever. Haha. This is why I have so much netherrack. Because I dug this whole thing out. And now I just have so much netherrack. Just so much netherrack. I'm like, I'll keep it because, I can do the stuff with it. Make it into bricks or something. I don't know. And then it just sits in my chest. And whenever I need a block that can be thrown away, I'm all like, netherrack. But yeah, the blackstone's pretty good in there. The other way I like to get blackstone is to go netherite mining, and then whenever you find like strip mine netherrack mining, and whenever you find like a vein of blackstone, you just dig it out. That way is a bit more risky because I guess they're about the same actually, to be honest, because of the random lava. But I can also get a bunch, because you got me a bunch of sand, so I can get you a bunch of blackstone. I think I put all my excess spruce, I think, near the chests where the headquarters was originally going to be. I can get more spruce pretty easily because I have a ton of those saplings. Because spruce wood, I feel like its bark is the nicest looking. It's good wood. I still have spruce, don't worry. Very good. Because you mentioned wanting to use the spruce, and I was like, did I give Sassy all the excess spruce? I can't remember. I will probably use it too. And dark oak planks. Yeah. That's the other thing. I like take it and then I turn it into the ones that's like bark all the way around. If I didn't do this part, I could probably go do more in one go. Maybe I'll stop doing that. Just gonna break those real quick. And we'll see if we get all the way down. Because it's not 64. Collecting all those sponges, collecting the sponges. There we go. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, that's 73. We need 82. $77. Right? Yeah. Nope. 79. I've just learned that one of my storage rooms in my even then I cannot handle it. That's enough Minecraft for tonight. I will still be watching though. Understandable. I think the sewer. Good night, all. Good night, Sassy. the sewer did something very similar to me in Ruler, and the results were quite funny. The sewer curse, yes. Okay, I have 80. That means I'm quite literally missing 2 of my sponges. Where are they? Reveal yourselves, sponges. Reveal yourselves. Did I put them somewhere? No. Don't see them. Maybe they'll turn back up if I drain more of it. Yeah. Okay, I think let's do it to here. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Sponges. Sponges for life. Sponge, 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 sponge. Out of sponges. No. Like, the sponge is gone. That's not a sponge. Did it break it? I don't understand. This is the silk touch show. It should be fine. There it is. Ding, ding, ding. Dun, dun. Alrighty. I see. We're so close to having enough for 2